Okay, those of you who have purchased lights with your bookcase bed will need to install part of the light kit at this point before we stand it up. So because this bed today has lights, we're just going to go ahead and go through this segment of the video. So I found the kit. It's a small square cardboard box, and it says that it's a light kit. And inside I found a bag with some retainers and some other little parts. And then the actual light fixture itself. There's a left and a right. And there are a couple of other control boxes, a large one and a small one, and we'll go through all of these as we get going. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to install the lights into the top of the bridge board. And so I'm going to need these little black retainers and the light fixtures themselves. Now, the thing about the light fixtures is there is a left and a right. You'll notice that one of the light fixtures has two leads coming out of it, or two wires, and the other one just has a single lead coming out, or just one wire. The left side of the bed, when it's stood up, needs the double lead light. So I'm going to slide this double lead light through the hole, so the fixture is now down on the inside of our cabinet. And I'm going to take one of these retainer rings, thread the wires through it, and I'll just go ahead and position that tight against the top of the bridge board. Okay, now out of the hardware kit that came with the light kit, I found some 5/8" pan head screws. And I've positioned this particular tab that tightens up the light kind of up here where it'll be easy to get at in just a minute. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple of screws in, going around, kind of counterclockwise. But before I put this last one in, I'll go ahead and tighten this adjustable tab down onto the light. That'll hold the light in place. Doesn't need to be over tightened, just get it so you can tell that it's nice and tight. And then I'll go ahead and put the final 5/8" screw into this tab for securing it to the bridge board top. Now I'll take this single lead and I'll go do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now that I've got the right light in, again this is the right side as it's standing against the wall, I'll take its single lead cord and I'll connect it to the double lead cord. So the lights are connected together. Now I've located one of the wiring bundles that has the larger control box. And it has 3 wires that come out of the control box. And it's connected to an extension type cord. And the extension cord has eccentric plug-ins that work with our lights. And I'll just go ahead and plug that eccentric plug into the left light as it comes out of the bridge board. And then I'm going to run this extension down the channel that's in the back of this left sideboard. So I'll put the connector about there. And now I'm just going to go ahead and run this cord right down that channel that's been provided for it. And it will come out right down here at this notch that's been cut out of the bottom of the sideboard. And so I'm just going to get that into position. Okay, now I'm kneeling down at the bottom of the bed, or where that wire came out at the baseboard notch, or this notch here. And I've got the control box, and I'm going to position the control box just a few inches above these 2 connecting bolts so that I can put in the second stretcher here. So I'm just going to leave myself 2 inches of space. Then out of that same hardware bag that I found the 5/8" screws for connecting the light retainers, I'll find some black 1 3/4" screws. And I'll just go ahead and put those in the 2 available holes that are there. And I'll attach this to the sideboard here. you've noticed that I've left it down just a little bit here on the top so my screw doesn't run into that groove that this wire is coming down through. And then I'm just going to go ahead and plug the female end from the control box into the male end of the cord that came down the back of the sideboard like this. Okay, now with the control box attached, I'm going to find this single lead wire out of the light kit box, and it has an eyelet on one side and kind of a plug end on the other, just a single plug. And I'm going to plug that into this one single wire that comes out of this control box on the side. And it's a tight fit, so I'm just going to kind of wiggle it until it's snug to get it in there. Then the other side has this eyelet. And then you'll also find a little touch controller in the light kit box, and it's kind of an L-shaped, lightweight metal. This is how you're going to turn your lights on or off, just simply touching that. And I'm going to center that on the back of this headboard. I'm just going to get it centered. And with these same 5/8 inch screws that we've been using, I'm just going to put the screw through the eyelet. And then there's some elongated holes on the back of this touch plate, and I'm just going to hold that touch plate down against the top of the headboard and tighten that down. And then there's a second elongated hole just for security. I'm going to go ahead and put another screw in. Now the remainder of the light installation will take place at a later point in this video as we're getting the Murphy frame in place.